538 gives Pittsburgh a 13% shot at third, a 40% chance at fourth, and a 26% chance at fifth, and a 15% chance at sixth. Birmingham has a 9% shot at third, 24% shot at fourth, and a 28% chance at fifth, and a 25% chance at sixth.
Well, let's look at Miami. Although it's Detroit that's more likely to catch us. Catch them, don't say us.
Catch them.
Let's see.
Oh, what?
Miami has Atlanta 2.
Yep.
Monterey Bay at home. That's a 3,000-mile flight.
Jeez.
But then they got Memphis, Las Vegas Lights, and Detroit. They got some challenges. It's not easy, we'll put it that way.
Memphis is at home to Charleston on Friday night, and then Saturday, the full slate. Tampa Bay goes to Detroit this weekend. That'll be fun. That might be the game of the week in the East.
And that's the thing where, you look at it, one of those teams has to drop points.
Yep.
So either way, that game, we're just happy it's being played.
Just hope both teams have fun.
Hopefully they draw. That's perfect. Yeah, see, the Rowdies, who are really coming apart, have Detroit, Birmingham, El Paso, then go to Monterey Bay, and they finish with Loudoun and Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Then Red Bulls, Tulsa, Loudoun, Louisville City, Miami. Nah, they're not in this race. They're done.
Yeah. It is kind of funny how in the East, it's like, yep, you said there were 7 playoff spots. These are your 7 teams. And then out in the West, you're just like, There's 5 teams with 50 points or more. And there are 7 teams between 41 and 46. Good luck with that.
Good luck with that.
Phoenix are technically next to last, but still have a 7% chance at the playoffs because, again, they're only 5 points behind the last playoff spot.
Yeah. I mean, even Orange County in the last place is 2 games out of the playoffs.
Yeah. Hey. Let's go.
A good day got even better.
Let's go. Love to see it.
I guess you shouldn't have pulled all those fuses out, Blake.
The closing stages of the USL season are here, and with just 5 games left, Birmingham Legion have their eyes set on a home playoff game. But so do the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, who are in town tonight for an Eastern Conference clash that starts right now. Greetings from Birmingham, Alabama in Protective Stadium. Our host for tonight's contest, presented by Mercedes-Benz of Birmingham, featuring Birmingham Legion FC taking on the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Welcome into our coverage tonight, everybody, alongside the coach, Mike Getman. I'm Blake Gardner, glad to have you along for the ride. And Mike, a pivotal contest tonight, one that could go a long way in determining which of these two teams starts next month's playoff run at home.
Yeah, these two teams are almost statistical clones of each other. But most important, both teams succeed by attacking. That's going to make for a fun match with an awful lot on the line. The winner tonight probably gets the home match.
You said they're statistical clones. As we look at the standings coming into play this evening, just 1 point separates Pittsburgh and Birmingham. Pittsburgh, of course, the 4 spot, Birmingham, the 5 spot coming into the night. And Mike, the top 4 teams in the East assured to start their playoff runs next month at home, which makes this a huge showdown.
Well, the East has been really tight all year long. Louisville City's starting to show their class, but all the way down the roster, all through this table, there's a lot of good teams, and Pittsburgh and Birmingham tonight fighting for a big prize.
Well, if we dig deeper into tonight, let's look at players to watch, and let's start with Pittsburgh. Russell Cicerone continues to have a monster 2022.
Well, he's a big-time goal scorer. He likes to come from deep-lying positions. He's very composed, and 2 years in a row now, he's got double-digit goals.
Yeah, 16 goals last year, another dozen so far here this season. Looking for more tonight in Birmingham. Speaking of Birmingham, Enzo Martinez comes into tonight, coming off yet another outstanding performance this past weekend.
Well, Enzo Martinez leads this team in goals. He leads in assists. He leads in total points. He leads in miles run. He leads this team in every way.
The 31-year-old has had a huge 2022. He's looking to key the Birmingham attack once again this evening against Pittsburgh. Well, we are just about ready for game time. Can Birmingham take down Pittsburgh for the very first time? Or will the Riverhounds leave tonight still in front of the 3 Sparks? It's Legion FC against the Hounds, and it comes your way right after this.
I need to try it first.
Our job is to keep your lights on. That's what you expect and deserve from Alabama Power. Our team works hard to prevent outages, but when they happen, we're on it. And we have some new tools to keep you informed. Visit Alabama Power's new outage map to see local outages and get repair time updates. Sign up to get personalized outage alerts by text or email for free. While we're out there getting your lights back on, we want you to have the latest information. That's our job, and we're grateful you trust us to serve you.
Breaking in, Kasim! The first goal in Birmingham history is a beauty! Johnson in on goal, it's Daniel Johnson!
Welcome back to more coverage tonight, live from Birmingham, Alabama. Blake Gardner, Mike Gebben, glad to have you with us. Almost time for kickoff, but first, let's get a look at each side's starting 11s. And Mike, let's start with Pittsburgh. Mikael Williams out, Shane Wheat in the back line. The one change for head coach Bob Lilly from the lineup that saw Lou City.
They've had a very consistent lineup for the last few weeks. They've also had a lot of success with that lineup. It's a 4-2-3-1 that on the offensive end of things looks more like a 4-4-2.
Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Birmingham Legion FC head coach Tom Stone without the services of Marlon Santos tonight, but Prosper Kasim is back in the starting 11 for the Three Sparks.
No Marlon Santos, no Bruno Lapa, and a change to a 4-4-2 with a diamond midfield. It helps bring on Sadiq Bellarabi, who's got great pace up top.
Our referees tonight led by Greg Dopka, his 11th USL Championship head refereeing assignment this year. First time seeing Birmingham, his second time seeing Pittsburgh this season. Speaking of Pittsburgh, there's head coach Bob Lilly, now in his 5th season at the helm of the Hounds. 5 seasons, 5 straight clinched playoff berths. The same can be said for this man, head coach Tom Stone, the reigning coach of the month for the month of August. Coach Stone in his 4th season here in Birmingham has also engineered a 4th consecutive playoff appearance clinched for his side. It's a battle of black and gold in Birmingham tonight. Birmingham Legion and Pittsburgh Riverhounds, 2 of the top teams in the league, squaring off. And we are underway from Protective Stadium with the first minute of tonight's contest presented by Fleetio. What an absolutely gorgeous night for soccer. 76 degrees here in the deep south. Cannot ask for much better here in the month of September. Steequa brings it down, finds Cicerone. Ali clears it away. Pez heads it back down, but only to the feet of Tiqua. It's played over the end line. Pardon me, Canardo Forbes, the last man to touch it. A throw for Birmingham Legion, who are all black head to toe tonight. Pittsburgh, meanwhile, gray and yellow here on the road as these 2 clubs meet for the 2nd time this season. Barbie trying to hold it up was fouled. Free kick given to Legion FC. And Mike, that's something to watch tonight. Birmingham going with 2 strikers in Bellarabi and Juan Agadello.
Bellarabi is so fast. Juan Agadello so strong and so good at holding the ball and letting the rest of the Legion players join the attack. If those 2 have success tonight, it could be a very long night for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Agadello back out wide to Dean. A first-time serve. It's a bit beyond Bellarabi. Martinez to the other side. Anderson Asiadu. Anderson Asiadu the last few games has found a bit of a home out on the left side of the Birmingham formation. It is where he is once again tonight, making his 6th consecutive start. As Bellarabi tries to turn. Martinez. Bellarabi, flag stays down, cuts it back. Agadello couldn't quite get there, and it was emergency defending from Ordonez.
Well, as we've seen for the last month or 2, Birmingham Legion getting straight into the attack, not wasting much time, committing lots of players forward.
Pittsburgh with a chance to move the other direction. They'll slow things up as Wheat finds the head of Alex Cronali. Work by Bellarabi, shielding away Wheat to win possession back for Legion FC. Agadello. Just a bit behind Kasim, but Dean was sprinting forward regardless. Kasim's first touch a bit too heavy, but he got it back. Mikey Lopez. Asiadu gets it back to the feet of his fullback. Kasim, Agadello, lovely interplay. And sent away from danger in the end by Mertz.
nice, quick interplay from Birmingham Legion. Pittsburgh Riverhounds having to bring everybody back defensively. They had a lot of players packed into that penalty area.
Birmingham aggressive throwing numbers forward early, just 3 minutes in. Seam trying to keep it away from Forbes and company, does. Martinez. Dean. Kasim couldn't quite keep it down on the half volley.
Snatched at it a little bit and hit well underneath the ball. But Birmingham Legion perhaps catching the Riverhounds by surprise with 2 center forwards. So far, it's forced them to bring extra players back defensively.
Another look at the opportunity here for Prosper Kasim, back in the starting 11 tonight. Scored 7 times this year. The majority have come with that magical left foot. He's back in the 11. Birmingham are without one of their star wingers tonight. As we look at our injury report, we'll start with Pittsburgh. Nathan Dos Santos misses his 6th straight game with that knee injury that's been bothering him. Meanwhile, for Birmingham Legion, of course, Freddie Kleeman remains out with that torn ACL. Marlon Santos, the only other man unavailable for selection due to yellow card accumulation. He is out for this match. It's a big loss for Legion FC. Marlon Santos coming off a pair of goals last time out against the Indy 11. As Mertz tries to make the run down the channel, Kavita gets there first in front of he and Dikwa. Does the safe thing, plays it over the touchline. Looking for an option. 24th start of the year for Wheat. Did not play against Lou City. Back in the fold here tonight to the back post. Dean heads it over the end line. Not a bad service there. Leads to the first corner of the contest for the Riverhounds.
It's a really good service. Johnny Dean had to really extend himself just to get a piece of that and knock it over the end line. Otherwise, it could have been trouble at the back post.
So the first corner of the night belongs to Pittsburgh. It's Kennardo Forbes, the longest tenured Riverhound, to provide the service from that far flag. Driven service, batted away by Alex Cronali. Aravo heads it away as well, and here's Balarabi. Enzo Martinez on the run. Pass a bit too far out in front of him.
Played it just a little early. If he could have just taken a touch, they had a 3-on-2 developing, but he just felt the pressure and released the ball a little too soon.
6 minutes in tonight, Mike. Let's get a look at our keys to the game, and let's start with Pittsburgh. They've never lost to Birmingham Legion. How do they keep that going tonight?
Well, first, it's about set pieces for them. Legion have struggled defending set pieces, and Pittsburgh has been very good, and that's an area they can certainly take advantage of. And then by attacking, this is a team that's built to attack. If they come and sit in and try just to defend, they're going to lose this match for sure. But that's not been their MO for most of the year. For Legion, it's about finishing. They've been inconsistent this season, but when they finish, they've been very, very good. And then they've got to deny Russ. If Russell Cicerone doesn't score, Pittsburgh doesn't tend to win the game. He's been their hot man the last month or so.
Agadello trying to corral it, might have used a hand to do so. Referee agrees. Free kick for the Riverhounds forthcoming. Griffin restarts play with a switch to the other side of things. Kelly's pass a bit too far in front of Cicerone. Alex Cronali ushers it out of play. Like a big test tonight for the center back pairing. Alex Cronali, Fanuel Kavita really have been linchpins along with Matt Van Okel, one of the best defenses in the league, but a rare 4 goals given up against Indy 11. As a free kick is given to Legion FC, certainly has left a bad taste in the mouths of the black and gold coming into this one.
You can look at it and think that maybe they're in trouble coming off of giving up 4 goals, but 2 of those goals were off of corner kicks. One was an absolute rocket that just happens, and the 4th one came late after Legion had put so much effort into coming back from down 3 goals, tied the match, maybe just didn't have enough energy left to finish the match. So I don't know that there's as much for them to panic about as some people might think, but they certainly want to get closer to normal, which lately has been 0 goals against.
Lovely ball from Cronali, splitting lines. Dean, another first-time serve. Just a bit behind Agadello, but it falls for Kasim. His pass cut out. Good work from Canardo Forbes. That last touched by, referee initially pointed it was last touched by Dean, but it was last touched by Angelo Kelly. Just the 6th start of the year tonight for Kelly. He, Peters, Ordonez, and Wheat. The back 4 tonight for Pittsburgh, a back 4 that kept a clean sheet against Louisville City this past weekend. These 2 sides couldn't have played more different games over the weekend. A 7-goal thriller in Indianapolis for Birmingham Legion and Indy 11. A scoreless draw for Louisville City and Pittsburgh Riverhounds up at Highmark. Mertz, lovely turn and find Cicerone. Here comes Cicerone, able to keep it in play. Dixon. Mertz back out to Dixon. His serve whistles across, and Alex Cronali had to get a touch, otherwise Dequa might have put it in the back of the net.
That was a really good ball served in. Alex Cronali, under a lot of pressure, had to deal with it, but nice combination play from the Riverhounds. Super service in. Alex Cronali, a little bit of desperation as he just flicks it out of bounds.
Big reason why balls like that. Why Alex Dixon has 7 assists already this year. He's created almost 40 scoring chances for this Riverhounds attack. An attack that has generated 44 goals this year. Second corner of the night is caught cleanly by Matt Van Oekel. First bit of action for Van Oekel requiring his gloves. He found his outlet in Anderson Asiadu, who slows it up just a touch. Kasim. Dean bombing forward once again. Forbes got a piece of the pass and slows down Birmingham's movement forward for a moment. Garevo. Agadello in between the lines. Dean getting forward once again, a common theme we've seen all season long. Johnny Dean, one of the most attack-minded fullbacks in the league. That pass goes all the way back to the feet of Waite, who has to send it away.
In this 4-4-2 formation that Birmingham Legion have come out with tonight, all 4 midfielders playing relatively central. It leaves a little more room on the outsides for the wing backs to get up and down, and certainly that's something that Johnny Dean likes to take advantage of.
Dean's created nearly 50 scoring chances this year. Scored twice himself. He's also set up 4 goals. Birmingham's offense built around that pace of Dean on that far side flank. Speaking of speed, Dequa trying to get forward, but Mertz and Dequa not quite on the same page that time around. Matt Van Oekel wastes no time putting it back in play. Dozen minutes gone so far tonight from Protective Stadium. Glad to have you with us for this Eastern Conference showdown between Birmingham Legion and Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Potential playoff preview. These 2 sides, the number 4 seed and the number 5 seed in the table coming into the night. Work by Peters over the top of Belarabi, but it falls for Enzo Martinez. Forbes back to the feet of Peters. A line-splitting pass to find Griffin. Griffin, the man that scored last time these two teams met. Pittsburgh wasted no time putting one in the back of the net. Just 4 minutes from Griffin. It's the only goal scored in that contest at Highmark back in May. Potential scoring opportunity here. Griffin. Back to Griffin. His shot blocked by Dean.
He hit that pretty cleanly. It was a tough bouncing ball, but he got every bit of it. Just didn't get very far because Johnny Dean was in the way.
I have a feeling Johnny Dean's going to have a mark on his back to show for that tomorrow morning. Kelly, Cicerone, taken off it by Enzo Martinez. Was he fouled? Referee said no. Dixon. Cutting it back against Lopez. Asiru there to help, and Asiru makes the stop. But the job not done yet. Job by Wheat to keep it down here. Pittsburgh still with numbers forward. Mertz. Griffin. Mertz collapsed down on. Good work once again from the defensive midfield of Legion FC. Agudelo with fancy footwork, trying to keep it away from multiple Riverhounds, and does. Pretty fine skill there from Juan Agudelo.
Triple teamed and somehow found a way to keep possession of the ball.
Now Anderson Asiadu has plenty of space to operate with. For support instead, Aravo and Enzo Martinez joining the fray too. Two of the most organized teams in the league this year. Like, it feels like we're going to have a lot of these moments right here. Teams that enjoy possession trying to break down an organized back line.
Look at the statistics. Both groups score a lot of goals. Both teams don't give up very many. Really is an equal matchup over the course of the season. Tonight, we'll see which team can maybe create that one moment of magic, or maybe gets that one lucky break or one call from the referee. But so far, both teams have had some nice scoring chances. Both teams look very committed to the attack and the defense. I really think this is going to be one of those great games of the season that everybody talks about for a long time to come.
Head coach Tom Sohn, just today named USL Head Coach of the Month for the month of August after Birmingham Legion went 4-1 last month. 15 goals scored in 5 games, included wins on the road against the current number 2 seed in the East, Memphis, and the current number 2 seed in the West, San Diego Loyal. That game came here at Protective Stadium. Bob Lilly's group have been good over the past few months as well. Just one loss in their last 13 contests coming into the night, with 8 wins to go along with that stretch. Off the head of Lopez, it still falls for Dixon. Mertz had his shot deflected by Crognali. Matt Van Oekel makes the play. Bobby Mertz been heavily involved here for Pittsburgh over the first 17 minutes.
Hits that ball pretty clean as well. And again, the deflection carries it to Matt Van Oekel. Riverhounds back in the attack again.
Kelly picked the pockets of Kasim's pass. Now Griffin turns with a head of steam. Griffin, his through ball does not find its intended targets. Danny Griffin, the engine of this midfield, along with Kennardo Forbes, but Bobby Mertz has made quite the difference as well since coming back over from Atlanta United too. This is now Mertz's 8th start in 10 games since coming back from the Peach Day. Coach Bob Lilly certainly happy to have him back in the mix after Mertz was a key cog over a couple of seasons originally with the Riverhounds. And Mertz back on it in short order once again. Finds Cicerone. Back to the feet of Jelani Peters. Griffin again, another solid turn. Dixon. Lopez got a piece of the cross. Composed under a bit of duress as Asiadu gets around his marker. Still Anderson Asiadu. 25-30 yard sprint there before he finds Juan Agudelo. Agudelo wants to play the big switch. Got it all the way to Dean. Johnny Dean uses the wide option. Prosper Kasim. Kasim to the back post. Agudelo's waiting. Couldn't quite turn it goalward.
Juan Agudelo's eyes got really big as this ball got served. It was just hung up behind the defense, but he got just a little bump as he elevated and really couldn't do much with the ball once he was turned sideways. But when he saw that cross hanging up in the air, he saw it and knew exactly what he wanted to do.
Prosper Kasim, another guy who set up his fair share of goals this year. 5 assists for the Ghanaian to go along with his 7 goals scored. Here is Kasim. Black shirts bombing forward. Kasim splits the lines just a bit too far out in front to Balarabi and Dean.
I think Prosper Kasim got caught in 2 minds. He had Johnny Dean out wide. He had Balarabi right down the middle. And he split the difference, which meant the ball went to nobody.
He play as well from Jamali Waits. Former UConn Husky has really cemented himself as goalkeeper #1 for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. His hard work this year has paid off in terms of a call-up to the Jamaican national team coming here in the next couple of weeks. The 23-year-old has been very, very good, especially over the past 10, 12, 13 games. Dequa leaves it for Dixon.
A great touch from Dequa to bring that ball down.
Griffin. Out wide. His serve almost got through to Cicerone. It was Dean who cleared it away.
We've seen 2 or 3 terrific crosses from the Riverhounds. That ball played right behind the defense. Johnny Dean to the rescue at the last moment, but if he doesn't get it right, he puts it in his own net.
Dixon might get there instead, just beyond his reach. It was Dean's intervention, kept it from being goal #1 for the Riverhounds. Ordonez. Dequa back to Dixon. How about the play here? And good work by Lopez. Dequa, still Dequa denied by Van Oekel.
Dequa has been the center forward for this team, but he keeps drifting out wide right and creating all kinds of danger. Matt Van Oekel is down after making the save.
Riverhound is down as well. Looks like Alex Dixon. Dixon down after the challenge there from Mikey Lopez. And I think Matt Van Oekel took a shot to the midsection that was not preferable.
Lots of bodies all tangled up, everybody stretching and reaching. Few groans from the fans as they watch the replay on the big screen as well.
Goes as a save for Matt Van Oekel, although I think he would prefer if he got an arm, a hand, a leg on that instead of where that shot hit in the end. Good news for the Riverhounds as Alex Dixon is to his feet and looks to be all right.
I think Dixon hit the ground with his arm folded underneath himself and just knocked the wind out of himself. Both men look to be okay, just need a moment.
So Van Oekel to his feet. Dixon is off the field for the moment, but looks like he'll be waved on here after play resumes. After a short stoppage, we'll be ready to go again. Drop ball, free kick for Legion FC here in a moment. Just waiting for our referee, Greg Dopka. So we've crossed the halfway point of this opening 45 here at Protective Stadium. Still scoreless between Birmingham Legion and Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Fans celebrating its 75th anniversary. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. Choose what you play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. Select, the league's choice, the player's choice. Dixon back on, Pittsburgh back to full strength. Saccaravo looks over the top for Juan Agudelo. Agudelo trying to use his body, shields the defender, but can't find the frame.
Juan Agudelo did all of the hard part, held his man off, kept his body position, somehow managed to shoot it wide from less than 5 yards out. Great ball over the top. He shields the man, keeps his body position, and then just pushes it wide.
Golden opportunity for Agudelo to find his 8th of the year. And look, says it all. I think he's stunned. He couldn't find the frame. Pittsburgh wasting no time getting forward on the other end. Dixon, his cross, just a bit too tall for Cicerone. Forbes runs it down. Kelly. He finds the waiting head of Lopez. Aravo finds Anderson Asiadu. Couldn't quite get it to the feet of Sadiq Balarabi. By Enzo Martinez. Last touch by him, a throw for Dixon and the Riverhounds.
Every time the Riverhounds have had it, it's either been Dixon or Dequa that have come wide right and been very dangerous.
Here is Dequa, his flick found Kavita, but it redirects to Mertz. Cicerone against Dean, cuts it inside. Still Cicerone. Kassim trying to help. Forbes with a shooting lane. It takes a deflection wide. Another Riverhounds corner coming.
First corner kick the Riverhounds had, they went to the near post. It was well defended. Second one they put right in the middle of the goal, right on top of Matt Van Oekel, which he caught cleanly. I wouldn't be surprised to see this third one go to the back post.
Forbes clearing out the signage to make sure he gets a good run up at this. Low driven. Headed away by Agudelo. Both the Riverhounds center backs retreats. As a foul and a free kick is given. Dequa chopped down right on the edge of the area, and another set piece opportunity coming here for Pittsburgh.
Certainly didn't look like a lot of contact. I didn't see him get kicked in the knee, which is what he was holding, but a lot of players in the area, a lot of feet flashing around the ball. In the end, it It's a free kick from a very dangerous position for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Big bodies back forward here. Both center backs, Tonez and Peters. Options perhaps for Canardo Forbes. Where does Forbes go? To the back post, Van Okel's there. So far so good tonight for Matt Van Okel, looking for clean sheet number 12 this year.
As a coach, that's really frustrating. You've got a free kick from a really promising position, and you literally serve it straight to the biggest man on the field and the only guy who can use his hands.
Raleig's pass cut out by Forbes, and he dumps it out of play. Birmingham fans, don't forget to stay up to date on all the latest Legion FC news. Be sure to follow @BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Download the Legion FC app today, available on both Google Play and the App Store. The Legion FC app and @BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Your home for all things Legion FC. Dixon running at Mikey Lopez once again. This time his service cut out. But this Birmingham back line concede yet another Pittsburgh corner. Their set-piece defense certainly getting tested here inside the first half hour.
Pittsburgh Riverhounds clearly had a plan in mind when they came here. They have come down this right side every single time. They've gotten great services in, or they've won corners.
First corner from this near flag for Forbes. Out swinger. He finds Enzo Martinez. Forbes. Last touchdown of play by Martinez. And this Pittsburgh attack continues. Birmingham having to do quite a bit of defending here over the last few minutes. Forbes bodied off by Kavita. That's good work from the Legion FC captain. And a half minutes left here in the first 45. Scoreless between Birmingham Legion and Pittsburgh Riverhounds as these two teams clash for the 5th time overall. The 2nd time this year. Previous 4 meetings all resulted in Pittsburgh wins. Birmingham trying to change that narrative and jump in front of the Riverhounds. Eastern Conference table, with the Hounds leading Birmingham Legion by just 1 point coming into the week. A win would give Birmingham an inside track in a home playoff game. Likewise for Pittsburgh. Kasim. Martinez. Ball doesn't quite get to Bellarby. It does after it gets off the head of Wheat. Will leave this for Mikey Lopez as the fullback will get forward. Cronali. Dean chased down by Cicerone. Organized Pittsburgh defense so far tonight. Birmingham pace it in possession for the moment. Looking for a way through. Dean trying to make that run through. Cicerone got there instead. And Kelly trying to dance all the way through defenders. Finally meets his match in Dean. Lopez finds Kasim in a pocket of space. Kasim taken off it by Mertz. Good defending from him. Even better hustle from Agadello. Larby not quite on the same page with his teammate.
He wanted Juan Agadello to come around him on the outside. The problem is Bellarby's just too fast and Agadello couldn't get there.
Nothing comes to the possession for Birmingham in the end. Fans, USL on ESPN continues here in just a few days as the reigning title holders visit in-state rivals Orange County SC, looking for a late season surge against Sacramento Republic FC. That's this Sunday, September 18th at 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central Time on ESPN2. Aravo towards Agudelo, who lost his footing on this turf. Forbes, clipped from behind, wins Pittsburgh a free kick. Mike, these two teams level so far tonight. This feels like a big 11-plus minutes before halftime. Neither side wanted to lose any ground.
It's 0-0, but it hasn't been that conservative of a game. Both teams have created chances. Riverhounds have come down this right side and driven some great crosses through the 6-yard box. Legion have had some nice combination play, especially the one ball over the top to Juan Agudelo where he put it wide from about 5 yards out. So both teams probably fairly happy with the way they've been able to create chances, but also happy with the fact that they haven't given up a goal yet.
Dixon, looking over the top, Crognale. Work heading it back to his goalkeeper, Matt Van Oekel. Seen all sorts of danger tonight from Alex Dixon so far.
Dixon has been dangerous. Dikwa has been dangerous. Cicerone hasn't seen as much of the ball, but he seems to be close all the time, in and around it, always causing trouble.
Martinez plays Dean down the side. Dean able to run it down. Dean, a driven ball. Agudelo's shot blocked. He wanted a handball. Referee says no.
I think that did hit a hand, but it was so quick. It was ball to hand, not hand to ball, and that's why the referee didn't blow the whistle.
We'll see if we get another look at it here in a moment. Dean throws this back into Alex Crognale. Good look from Juan Agudelo. He's been dangerous at times in and around the area through 35-plus minutes tonight. Crognale's switch. Finds Balarabi. Great first touch from the Englishman. Asidu back to Balarabi. Balarabi, Agudelo! Flag up. Agudelo was offside.
It's not going to count. The Riverhounds don't even realize it yet. It was such a good ball across. There was no way Agudelo could miss from there. But the assistant referee said he was behind the defense before the ball was played.
See if we get a look here. Clearly onside is Agudelo. A huge error from the assistant referee as Ordonez kept Agudelo onside. The flag went up instead.
The flag went up, but it wasn't close. That was 2 or 3 yards. That should be a pretty routine call. Ball's in the back of the net. It should be 1-0 for Legion right now.
So a massive call goes Pittsburgh's way, and now they're on the front foot on the counter. Mertz and Dixon pushing forward once again. Griffin. Forbes. Forbes' shot deflected. Crognale. Cicerone. Dikwa. Dikwa scores! What a turn of events that is. A goal wiped away on one end, and Albert Dikwa finds the back of the net on the other. Pittsburgh lead on the road.
We said earlier that sometimes it's about one call or one great play. We saw both of those within a matter of about a minute. A missed call by the referees on one end and a fantastic strike by Dikwa at the other end.
Make it a double-digit goal-scoring year for Albert Dikwa. His career year continues here in 2022. Give him goal number 10. And what a turn of events here over the last couple of minutes. Birmingham thought they had a 1-0 lead. Instead, they play from behind with 6+ minutes left in this opening 45. Foul given as Dikwa's chopped down. The home fans letting the referees know what they think about these opening first few minutes. That's a great strike from Dikwa from a tight angle.
Really tight angle. Johnny Dean right in front of him. He just bent it around Johnny Dean, bent it around Matt Van Oekel, and put it in the upper corner at the far side netting. A top-class goal.
Dikwa down right now after some contact, holding that knee he already had taped up. Massive moments in this contest, seemingly back-to-back. Had a huge impact on how this game has unfolded so far. Birmingham Legion players down below still giving it to our refereeing crew. I hate to see a call of that magnitude influence a game that means so much to the playoff positioning for these two teams. But a goal wiped away for Birmingham Legion as them trailing here at home. 40 minutes gone from Protective Stadium tonight. The difference so far, the strike from Albert Dikwa. Antonia's back to the feet of Jamali Wade, his goalkeeper.
Looks like Birmingham Legion have changed their formation a little bit. They've gone back to a little more traditional 4-2-3-1. Juan Agadello up top by himself. Sadiq Belarbi coming wide left as more of a traditional winger.
Again, Birmingham without one of their traditional wingers tonight. Marlon Santos suspended due to yellow card accumulation. So Belarbi and Kasim operating as the wingers tonight for Legion FC. Cicerone. The other side. Dixon brings it down. Dixon to the back post. Dean was there, Kelly was there. Last touched by Kelly. The referee points to the goal of Matt Van Oekel. Van Oekel will play it short. Birmingham fans, Legion FC head to the road after this match to take on Tampa Bay Rowdies on Friday, September 23rd at 6:30 Central. Fans can tune in to watch the match on ESPN Plus and follow @BHM Legion on Twitter for live match updates. The squad return to Protective Stadium to wrap up the regular season with back-to-back home games Sunday, October 9th against San Antonio and Wednesday, October 12th. Get your tickets today at bhmlegion.com/tickets. Closing stages of this USL regular season. Dean had that one scoot off the top of his head, trying to fight with Kelly for possession. Dean got back around it, but not before it went over the touchline or the end line. I think a foul's actually going to go against Dean. Referee gesturing for an elbow.
I think there's a little tug on the shirt by Johnny Dean. It was more of a fake than a real pullback, but the referee saw the jersey extended and blew the whistle.
Again, the crowd here at Protective Stadium not thrilled with the officiating so far tonight. Gadello goes down, free kick given to Legion FC. Just a few moments left in this opening 45, plus a little bit of stoppage time.
When you have a game that means as much as this one, the home fans aren't going to be happy with the referee no matter what the calls. They're always going to want more. But when it comes to the big moments, you've simply got to get them right. And the officiating crew got that one horribly wrong.
Free kick brought to you by Birmingham Freightliner. Kasim and Enzo Martinez both over it. Kasim with the in-swinging service. And Waite comes out to collect it. Good composure so far tonight from Jamali Waite. Looking for a second consecutive clean sheet, which would be his 8th so far this year. Kelly. Forbes. Enzo Martinez, excellent work rate to win it back. Word from down below is 2 minutes of stoppage time are coming to close out this first half, brought to you by UAB Medicine. Kasim. Agadello called for the foul. Mertz goes down.
Juan Agadello using his body to shield the player off. Robbie Mertz using his experience to do a little bit of acting here. Gets the call.
Agadello certainly the bigger man in that challenge. Sometimes the bigger man just gets called for the foul. And it is confirmed down below. 2 minutes of stoppage time to close this opening 45. This game's starting to get a little more physical as Dequa and Kavita were chest to chest there for a moment. Tension's running a bit high. Game of such importance. Martinez dispossessed nicely from behind by Forbes. Pittsburgh trying to break. Kavita cuts out the danger. Kasim trying to keep it in play, did not. .47th minute here at Protective Stadium. Perhaps time for maybe one more attack for Legion FC before this first half comes to a close. Dean's pass deflected out of play by Kelly. Quickly thrown back into the feet of Kasim. That ends our first half. An entertaining first half, and certainly not without some controversy. A goal taken away on one end, and a well-struck goal on the other means Pittsburgh have a lead through a half of play here at Protective Stadium. And it will certainly be an interesting second 45 minutes when we come back. Halftime festivities coming up, including a sit-down with Sadiq Balarabi of Birmingham Legion FC. Plus, we'll get a look at the USL standings coming into the week, and our first half highlights and stats as well. That's all coming up. Our Our USL Championship coverage live from Protective Stadium continues in just a moment.
And those that see the perfect wave.
You've got that new Wickles Pickles Bacon Burger from Jack's. Kinda sweet. Got a bit of a kick too, though, don't it? Kinda like your girlfriend. Real sweet. Till you spend all day playing golf. Jack's, all about the South. Time to stop counting sheep and start counting bacon. 6 strips of crispy, thick-cut bacon, egg, and cheese on buttery Texas toast. Don't snooze this one. The ultimate big bacon breakfast sandwich, just $4.99. Jack's, all about the South.
Welcome back to our coverage of Birmingham Legion FC here with Sadiq Balarbi. Appreciate you taking a little bit of time post-training for us. First of all, officially, welcome to Birmingham. I know you've been here a few weeks now. What's it been like?
Yeah, it's been good so far. Always different, adapting to a new environment and a new place. But Birmingham has been good. It's been very welcoming, and I like it here so far.
So take us through briefly. Take us through your career a little bit. Obviously started in England, then where to?
So after England, I actually came to the States. So I did college here in Saginaw Valley State, but then I had a professional offer to go back to Europe, so I ended up going back and just staying there. So it's been a long road. I've been to quite a few different countries. You want me to say them all? You want me to list them? Or it goes Greece, Portugal, Cyprus, Turkey, obviously England and America. So yeah, that's the journey really.
What's it been like to experience a bunch of different countries, a bunch of different places?
It's nice. You always learn something different. There's always something positive to take from where you go. There's also negatives as well, but I always try to have my mindset and just take the best from everywhere I go. Even here now, it's a whole new experience, different style of coaching. But at the end of the day, football's one language, you know. So yeah.
So Birmingham Legion, obviously, what attracted you about this opportunity to come help this team this year?
Just mainly the setup really, and a challenge, you know. So before coming, I spoke to Tommy a lot. He kind of told me everything about what's going on here. I've done a bit of research myself, and yeah, it's just really a good challenge, good group of guys, and just something to kind of put my mind towards and focus towards doing the best here.
And obviously you scored on your debut against Atlanta United too. Sure, that was a great feeling.
Yeah, it's always a great feeling. It's always a great feeling. Going somewhere new and marking it with a goal is always one of the best feelings there is in the game.
Have you felt more comfortable with the group as just time's gone on? Obviously your role's gotten a little bit bigger as you've gotten more acclimated.
Definitely, because obviously coming into a new environment, there's a system you have to adapt to, there's players you have to adapt to and whatnot. So yeah, obviously having adapted to the guys, I'm just happy that my role is increasing, and I just want to do my best to help.
Yeah, they're decently nice, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's fine. So Birmingham as a city, how much have you gotten out? How much have you been able to explore?
To be honest, not too much.
Okay.
Not too much. My days usually just consist of training and go home and rest really. So yeah, obviously my family being in UK, because of the time difference, I have to try to find the right time to communicate with them as well. So yeah, not too much, but I'm hoping after the season we can end well, and then we'll have more time to just get out and about and enjoy a little bit.
So what does the rest day look like? Are we gaming, watching Netflix? What are we doing?
Well, we've got Champions League today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'll be going home to watch that, get some nice food down me, and just literally chilling really.
Did you watch Chelsea, their first Champions League game?
I didn't watch Chelsea. It's not my team, so I don't really follow
Who is
them.
your team?
I'm actually a United fan.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're not very good right now, but we're on the come up again.
Work to do.
Yeah,
work to do in the
exactly.
Premiership.
Yeah.
Well, Sadiq, we appreciate having you in Birmingham. Appreciate the time and best of luck here down the stretch of the year.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Sadiq Balarbi, Birmingham Legion FC. More from our coverage of the Legion right after this.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Trying to take down their rival. The legend has done it again here in Sacramento. He's turned the whole game around.
It's a goal for Orange County SC and their first of the season.
And that's full time. The old guard with a new trophy. Orange County wins the USL Championship final.
Welcome back to our coverage of USL Championship soccer tonight here from Birmingham, Alabama. Blake Gardner, Mike Kepman, glad to have you with us. The only USL Championship game in action here on this Wednesday night, and it's a good one. Pittsburgh on top of Birmingham Legion 1-0 through 45 minutes so far in the Deep South. Of course, plenty of USL Championship action coming up on the weekend. Memphis 901 FC in action on Friday. And then, Mike, plenty of good games to pick from on Saturday. We'll start in the East. Detroit City at home against Tampa Bay Rowdies. That's a big game for Tampa Bay.
It's a really big game for Tampa Bay. They need to get back on their winning ways. Detroit City still fighting for playoff position, so both teams will be highly motivated.
Pittsburgh in front of Birmingham Legion right now. If that result holds, Pittsburgh would leapfrog Tampa Bay at least until the Rowdies get a chance to play this weekend. Of course, out west, San Antonio FC trying to run away with the Western Conference standings, that #1 seed. They get New Mexico United at home in Texas, and a game that should be very good as well. But still plenty of playoff spots up for grabs out west. Something to keep an eye on this weekend. Some news and notes across the league. Of course, Philip Goodrum named the player of the week. A hat trick against Atlanta United 2 last Wednesday. He has been a revelation for Memphis 901 FC. We already talked about head coach Tom Sohn and what a job he's done all season, but especially in the month of August.
He's certainly done a great job with this Legion team. 4-1 in the month of August. It's a team that's been really playing well for the last couple months.
And a well-earned call-up for Jamali Wade, the 23-year-old, called into the Jamaican men's national team for this upcoming September window. That is a big, big honor for the young goalkeeper.
Yeah, any player getting called in for national team duty is pretty excited. And getting to play perhaps against Argentina doesn't get much bigger than that.
No doubt about it. Our first half stats are brought to you by Steel City Pops. Mike, we thought it was a pretty even first 45 minutes. Pittsburgh had a few more shots. Most of those got blocked, just 2 on target. The one on target that was the best hit, that was Albert Dequa, and that found the back of the net.
It's been just as we thought it would be, a pretty even game. Both teams attacking, both teams creating chances. Legion had a goal called back. Pittsburgh had a goal that counted, and that's the difference in the match so far.
That one in the offsides column looms awfully large for Birmingham Legion FC. I'm sure that discussion has continued down below in the halftime dressing room. Maybe it should be 1-1. Instead, it's 1-0 Pittsburgh Riverhounds. The Hounds in front through 45 minutes. Birmingham Legion with work to do in the second 45. The second half from Protective Stadium comes your way when we return.
I need to try it first.
One more.
One more.
One more, please.
One more, guys. One more. Set, up.
Hey, kid. Yeah, we'll take one more.
One more.
Wow! Do it one more time. Do it one more time. Breaking in, Kasim! The first goal in Birmingham history is a beauty!
Johnson in on goal, it's Daniel Johnson!
Under the lights tonight here at Protective Stadium as we welcome you back to Birmingham, Alabama. 45 minutes in between Pittsburgh and Birmingham tonight. Time to look at our first half highlights brought to you by Chick-fil-A. And it has been an entertaining first 45 minutes. And Mike, Pittsburgh Riverhounds had some opportunities, especially early on. Good serves from Alex Dixon and company.
They did really well getting around the outside on this one. Juan Agadello with the ball over the top. Turned beautifully, but just couldn't put it away.
Shawnee Deans created quite a bit of danger as well. Juan Agadello shouts for a handball there as that deflected off Ordonez. Those shouts went uncalled. Likely a good call there. This call, maybe not.
Clearly onside when the ball was played. Juan Agadello slips behind everybody, finishes it off nicely, but the flag goes up and the goal doesn't count.
And moments later, Albert Dequa converts on the other end.
Really nice goal from Albert Dequa. Took a great first touch, then bent this ball around the defender and the goalkeeper into the upper 90. Not much you were going to do to save that strike.
Just 2 shots on target for either side. Both were Pittsburgh's. That was one of them. Dequa finds the back of the net, and that strike, the difference so far tonight, as both teams make their way out of the dressing rooms for the second 45 minutes. And Mike, saw Birmingham Legion tweak their formation a little bit there at the end of the first half. Expect that to continue here in the second?
I won't be surprised if they go back to their little more traditional 4-2-3-1 or 4-5-1, whatever you want to call it. They've played typically with one guy up top, Juan Agadello, and then midfielders running all over the place underneath him. We'll see if they go back to that instead of the 2 up top that they started this match with.
Assistant coach Conno Smith still pleading his case with the 4th official down below. As Birmingham's touchline has now had a chance likely to go into the dressing room and get a full look at that controversial offsides flag, which ironically was the only offsides flag of the opening 45 minutes. Meanwhile, Bob Lilly's got to be pretty pleased with what his team has done so far tonight. And Bob Lilly's group, not a team you want to be chasing a goal against. Pittsburgh unbeaten in their last 18 USL Championship contests when leading at the half. The last time they blew a halftime lead, you got to go all the way back to August of last year when they blew a lead to Miami, who eventually won that contest 3-2.
Your research crew is coming up with some impeccable stats. That's a good one. It's not a good sign for the Birmingham Legion. At the same point, it's been a game where both teams have played really well. Both teams have created more than enough chances to have a few goals here. And if it continues with this level of attacking soccer, I won't be surprised to see more goals at both ends.
The second half underway. Birmingham Legion in black, Pittsburgh Riverhounds in gray and gold. As these 2 black and gold sides square off for the second time this year. Birmingham Legion chasing here at Protective Stadium. Albert Dequa, the goal scorer. Ricardo Forbes. Peters tried to get it out wide, but before that, a whistle brings it back as Forbes was fouled from behind and comes up holding that right ankle.
There haven't been a lot of fouls, but there have been a few hard ones tonight.
Dequa walking a bit gingerly, but looks like he's all right. The elder statesman, of course, a fixture in this Pittsburgh 11 and in the USL honorees typically at the end of the year. Throw in for Mikey Lopez and company. Fans don't miss a minute of the action in 2022, whether your club is on the road or at home. Catch nearly every second of the USL Championship action on ESPN+, home to the USL, MLS, La Liga, Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. Shout out to everybody tuned in to ESPN Plus tonight for this pivotal Eastern Conference match. Blake Gardner, Mike Getman, glad to have you with us tonight live from Birmingham. It's been a good one so far. Cicerone feeds Dequa. Flag is up against Dequa as Van Oekel makes the stop. Just the first offsides flags we've seen tonight against the Riverhounds. Dequa, here comes Birmingham Legion. Kasim making the run in behind. Good work by Ordonez. And he plays it off of Kasim. Over the inline.
Legion have brought Prosper Kasim wide right. Juan Agadello playing at the center forward position. Sadiq Belarbi playing wide left. And Enzo Martinez is in the attacking midfield role. Zach Ervo, Anderson Isiadu, both in defensive midfield behind.
Cicerone looking over the top. Kavita gets there in front of Dequa. Kavita wins Birmingham Legion a throw. Highlighted Enzo Martinez off the top of this broadcast. Mike, seems like it's been a fairly quiet evening for him so far.
He's not had a lot of touches. He's not been involved in the attack very often. I think the change in formation probably helps him a little bit here.
Kasim with some space to work with. And a runner as well, and Dean. Dean trying to turn the corner. Got his service away. Agadello got ahead to it, but couldn't redirect it goalward.
Great run and a terrific service from Johnny Dean.
Good composure there from Crognale. Kasim and Dean working together on this near side once again. Kasim just a bit too tall for Agadello this time. Dixon trying to sprint around Belarbi. Belarbi got there first.
As soon as he played that ball and both players took off, he realized he was up against someone just a little too fast.
Again, Birmingham working down this near side flank to start this second half. It falls for Martinez, who roofs it. 1-1. A quiet night no longer for Enzo Martinez as he ties the game less than 5 minutes into the second half.
A little bit of old style football, just serve it in the mixer and hope something happens. It was a good service, but won by the defender. Fell right to the chest of Enzo Martinez, and he wasted no time hammering it into the back of the net.
13 goals for the Uruguayan Enzo Martinez. What a year he has had, his first year in Birmingham. And he cues the light show, he continues to add to it. And nothing Jamali Wade could do about this strike from close range.
When you put balls in dangerous positions, good things tend to happen. A little bit of good fortune for the Birmingham Legion. But after maybe a little bit of bad fortune in the first half, things have evened out.
So 1-1 our scoreline with a little less than 40 minutes to play. Mertz taken off it by Kasim. And what a response it is for the home side Birmingham Legion. Disappointed, a bit angry with the way the last 10-15 minutes of that opening 45 went. Almost instantly out of the halftime dressing rooms, they come up with a response.
You can certainly feel the energy, but I'm sure it's going to flow in both ways.
Isiadu trying to get it out of trouble, at least wins a throw under pressure there from Griffin. Enzo Martinez with yet another goal to tie this contest. His first touch of any kind in and around the box tonight finds the back of the net. Kasim and company looking for more. Aravo. Still Aravo. It's cross deflected by Peters. Sent as far as Cronulla. Agadello against Wheats. Martinez, lovely flick there, but not quite on the same page with Agadello. The second half starting a bit like the first half. Birmingham attacking on the front foot, pushing bodies forward. They've already gotten the equalizer. Certainly not satisfied with only that. Martinez in a half space again. This pass cut out. Good work by Kelly.
Legion getting more players forward, but also getting more touches right away for Enzo Martinez. He just has a way of either scoring or creating chances every time he touches the ball around the penalty area.
Dean's pass behind Aravo. Chance of countering perhaps for Pittsburgh. Griffin spurting forward. What a run this is from Griffin. Wide for Dixon. Mertz. Mertz a bit too tall for Dequa. Forbes. Pittsburgh can hold the ball a little bit. Their first extended possession in this attacking half. Dixon certainly a danger man in the first 45. Dequa. Mertz. Cicerone. Got a piece of it, but not enough to challenge Matt Van Oekel.
Great combination play, and again down that right side they create so much danger.
Aravo with a key intervention to help out the Birmingham defense, and it's Aravo who's clipped down. Free kick given. Aravo wasting no time. Finds Juan Agadello. Zach Aravo, the Haitian international, has meant so much to this Birmingham midfield, especially over the last couple of months. Looks like Birmingham Legion are prepping to make their first change of the night here in just a moment. Bruno Lapa, the Brazilian, set to check in a moment. It looks like that moment is right now. The home side make the night's first change. It's Bruno Lapa coming on and making way is Prosper Kasim.
Prosper Kasim comes off. Player who's been coming back from an injury. My guess is this is just trying to be careful and not rush him back with too many minutes. He's given a good effort. He's been heavily involved. But let's get some fresh legs on and protect the player is probably what Coach Thompson is thinking.
10th time this year Lapa has come off the bench. He played almost an hour weekend at Indy. So for a little more than a half hour to close out tonight. Peters under pressure, almost gave it up. Leave this throw for Kelly. Former Charleston battery man gets play restarted. Finds the breadbasket of Enzo Martinez. It's ushered all the way back to Waits. Forbes. Kelly joining the attack. Ricardo Forbes. Deke was pass cut out by Lopez. Might have been deflected by Asiadu. Lopez gives it right back. Cicerone. Touch a bit too heavy. Alex Crowley made him pay for it. Here come the Riverhounds once more. Dixon cuts it back. It's nobody in particular. Everyone was making a run towards the penalty spot. Enzo Martinez chopped down by Kelly. Dozen minutes into this second half. Birmingham wasting no time in finding an equalizer. Goal in the 50th minute from who else but Enzo Martinez. Who, after having a relatively quiet first half, has been all over the ball here in the second. Sinasiru in between the center backs. Lapa, his first real touches since coming on. His switch finds Dean. Martinez flicks it around one man. Flicks it in the run of Dean. Agadello couldn't quite turn with it. Aravo. Dean. Agadello couldn't quite bring it down. Still defending to be done for Pittsburgh. Lopez has a go, and Waite has his first save of the night.
It was a pretty good strike from Mikey Lopez, but Jamali Waite, so quick, just moved his feet, got over and picked it up rather nonchalantly. Good strike, but the goalkeeper had it the whole way.
Read there from Waite. Hasn't had but the 2 shots on frame so far tonight. The first save he's had to make in this one. Dean back to the feet of Cronulla. Birmingham fans, don't forget to stay up to date on all the latest Legion FC news. Be sure to follow at BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Download the Legion FC app today. Available in the App Store and Google Play. The Legion FC app and at BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Your home for all things Birmingham Legion FC. Enzo Martinez starting to work a bit more with Johnny Dean on this near flank. A lot of what Birmingham's been able to do in the attack has come from this near side so far in this second half.
When Bruno Lapa came on, and stepped into the attacking midfield role. Enzo Martinez has slid a little bit more towards the right side, almost like a winger. And so I would expect the play is going to naturally flow to him and to Johnny Dean, 2 of the best attacking players on this squad.
Lapa's run into the ad boards there by Kelly. Kelly wins Pittsburgh a throw, and those 2 guys, a bit of a one-sided conversation. Was there a bit of a shove at the end?
Most definitely. And after crossing the line, but that's something that just happens. Bruno Lapa expressing his displeasure, but nothing more in that play than happens 100 times a day at this level.
Greg Dompka, our referee tonight, making sure the 2 make up. And now we can play on. An hour gone from Protective Stadium here in Birmingham, Alabama. Still anybody's contest. Been an entertaining night, as we would expect from 2 of the best teams in the Eastern Conference this year. Forbes kicks it out wide, Cicerone. Cicerone got the cross away. Mertz trying to turn. Leaves it for Dixon. Dixon denied by Van Oekel. And it's cleared away from danger by Kavita. A big stop from Matt Van Oekel keeps this scoreline tied.
Really good strike. Got every bit of it. Matt Van Oekel had to make a huge stop to keep that one out of the back of the net.
Lopez tried to close down the space as best he could.
Matt Van Oekel had closed the angle really well, had himself in position, but still needed to make a really good reflex save to keep that out.
The 35-year-old goalkeeper still got it. Over 70 saves so far this year. Like a fine wine, just seems like MVO's gotten better with age. Had a good 2021, he's had a great 2022 by and large. Here's Dixon again, trying to weave through traffic, taken off it by Irivo and Agudelo. And here comes Balarabi on the run, running at Ordonez. Sadiq Balarabi. His shot finds the waiting gloves of Waits.
Took the shot on with his weaker left foot. Didn't quite get it as cleanly as he might have liked, but you got to give him credit for using that weaker left foot. He's in the box, opportunity to take the shot, he does. Good things happen when you shoot the ball.
Irivo got in on that challenge first, and Cernali goes to run it down. Lopez plays from one fullback to the other. Dean on Cicerone. Martinez, Lapa. Balarabi. Side netting. Tried to bend it back to that front side post and just couldn't get it all the way around.
Two players who really didn't have a lot of touches in the first half. Balarabi much more in the attack, that time again with his left foot. Good first touch, takes the strike on the second touch, pushes it just wide, but Balarabi and Enzo Martinez much more involved in the attack than they were in the first 45 minutes.
Balarabi set up one of the 3 goals Birmingham scored at Indy on the weekend. Just 32 minutes of action. Martinez an early service. Ordonez deals with this one cleanly. Birmingham continue to throw bodies forward.
Second half, Legion have been the aggressors much more often. But Pittsburgh has shown that they're not just going to defend.
We talked to Bob Lilly in the midweek. He said this is a Birmingham side that looks much more confident in attack than the Birmingham side that visited Highmark Stadium back in May. Confident in the attacking third once more. Agudelo leaves it. Asiadu couldn't quite find the frame. It took a deflection on the way through. And it's the first Chick-fil-A corner kick of the night for the home side.
Corners have not been a great strength of this Legion side throughout the season. We'll see if they can come up with a big play here.
Lapa towards Agudelo and Cernali. Neither one of them got there. One of them was called for a foul. So a free kick for the Riverhounds. Fans can't watch the match? Turn on SiriusXM FC channel 157. North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access. Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SXM app. Birmingham have had, by and large, control of this second half. Bruno Lapa in a half space again. Finds the run of Martinez. Cuts it back. Balarabi! From down 1-0 to up 2-1. Sadiq Balarabi scores, and it's the home side in front.
Small tweak to the formation. Everybody just feels a little more comfortable. Enzo Martinez ends up on the ball a little more often. And in just a matter of moments, 2 goals have changed this game completely.
Sadiq Balarabi getting the start tonight, and he pays it off in a big way. Birmingham Legion in front, and what a turnaround for Tom Stone and company over the last 20 minutes. This was excellent attacking play again.
Great ball outside for Martinez. He cuts it back, and Balarabi working really hard to get to the back post, hammers it into the roof of the net.
They have a lead, and it's Pittsburgh who are preparing a double change, with this second half not going their way. Kelly leaves it for Canardo Forbes. Cronali heads it as far as into Martinez. Siadu wins the duel. A handball against Forbes gives Birmingham Legion a free kick.
Coaches often get judged by the halftime decisions that they make, the adjustments, the little tweaks that you can come up with to create something different for your team. Tommy Sohn showing why he was voted the coach of the month. Bob Lilly, a great coach in his own right, now making two changes, trying to tweak something, get his...
By his standards, he's coming off.
He's had very few touches of the ball. He did play in a really tough match against Louisville City just a few days ago. Just didn't look like he had the same energy that he's typically brought to the game.
Edward Kizzo replaces him, and then Mikael Williams comes on for Angelo Kelly, the other change for the Riverhounds. So a double change made by Bob Lilly, trying to find some type of spark, some way to turn this tide. The second half has not gone their way. 2 goals for Birmingham Legion, the span of about a quarter hour, which is more goals than Birmingham have scored against Pittsburgh in the previous 4 meetings combined. Now, with 20 minutes to go, it's Birmingham in pole position. And Birmingham attacking again. Dean for Lapa. Agazello trying to find Balarabi. Aravo brought down by Mertz. Free kick given.
Really clever touch from Zach Aravo, flicking the ball around Mertz. Mertz coming maybe a little too aggressively to the ball. No question about the foul, no argument from Mertz.
Maybe a bit of frustration as well, given the way the second half has gone for Pittsburgh so far. Free kick brought to you by Birmingham Freightliner, and Birmingham Legion prepping another change that looks like it will come after this set piece. Tough angle here for Bruno Lapa and Enzo Martinez. Lapa towards Alex Cronali, headed away by Peters, and cleared away. All the way back it goes to the goalkeeper, Matt Van Okel. Williams trying to shield it away from Dean near the corner. And a foul is the whistle against Dean, and now Birmingham will make that change. It's the Alabama native, Jake Roof, who is coming on. And it's the man who put Birmingham Legion in front, Sadiq Balarabi, who's going to make way. Balarabi, no doubt, is going to get a very nice ovation from the crowd down below.
Balarabi walks across, gets a nice round of applause, salutes the crowd as well.
night it was for the Englishman. Mid-season signing for Birmingham Legion, thrust into the starting 11 tonight with no Marlon Santos. He has made his mark on this game. Now it's Jake Roof, a defender, coming off the bench for the 10th time this year for Legion FC.
And that'll push Johnny Dean up to the right wing position. Fresh legs and a little more size in the back. A little more speed and attacking threat up top.
Lapa lays it into the channel for Agudelo. Agudelo by himself for the moment, trying to split defenders. He did. The footwork from Agudelo leads to our first yellow card booking of the night and a free kick for Legion FC.
Juan Agudelo slows down, draws both defenders to him, and then just so calmly weaves between them. He's a big man with really soft feet, and defenders have a really difficult time with him. You can see he just slows down and just kind of skips in between, gets brought down. There was not much else the defender could do. He couldn't let him run into the box with the ball.
So a yellow card shown to the man from Trinidad and Tobago. Jelani Peters is booked. A free kick brought to you by Birmingham Freightliner here. Bruno Lapa basically serving in a short corner. Lapa on the ground. Redirects for Asiadu. Cleared away by Forbes and company. Forbes trying to play into the run of Kizza. Kizza able to turn against Enzo Martinez. Forbes helps out his teammate. Griffin. Looking for the run of Mertz, trying to get around Lopez. Did it stay in play? It did not. Over the end line it went, and a goal kick in the end.
Riverhounds reminding Legion that this game is not over. Very quick on the counter. Got everybody up the field. Legion players worked really hard, got back defensively, but this was tight right on the end line. Assistant referee said it was all the way across the line, but it was certainly very close.
Hard to tell from our angle we got there, but we'll take her word for it. She was a little bit closer than we were. Wade sends this away with his off foot. Mertz couldn't quite keep it close. Aravo trying to find his way around Canardo Forbes, able to maintain possession anyways. Roof splitting defenders. Dean was offside anyway.
Johnny Dean made the run expecting the ball to be played first time. Jake Roof took an extra touch, and Johnny Dean had wandered behind the defense.
So Wade puts it back in play with less than a quarter hour to go tonight here at Protective Stadium. Birmingham Legion in front thanks to 2 second-half goals. As Kavita clears this one away as far as Aravo. Aravo once again does well to maintain possession under duress. It's Dean making the run in behind, trying to outduel Peters. Dean's speed gives Birmingham Legion a corner.
His speed and his attitude, never giving up on this ball.
Jelani Peters might have had a head start, but in the end, not much choice but to concede. Birmingham Legion corner brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
Corner allows Legion to run a few valuable seconds off of the clock and to create another goal-scoring opportunity.
And a whistle and a foul is going to go against Jake Roof. Got his hands up, but not before he got an arm around Mertz there.
Referee calling things a little bit tighter late in the game, making sure to keep control. This match has had a few chippy moments. but the referee has kept it under control and trying to do a little more, make sure he doesn't lose control here late in the match.
Another good moment of composure there from Arivo to find Dean in a wide spot. But Williams got a foot in to take it off of Dean. Still Williams, couldn't get around Roof. Redirects towards Lapa. Birmingham able to bring it back under control. Throw-in coming here for Pittsburgh as the Riverhounds appear like they're making at least one more change here in a minute or two. Might be a second double change for Bob Lilly and company. Pittsburgh open the scoring. Next to Albert Dequa in the 38th minute. But their lead has evaporated and then some. They've got less than a dozen minutes to find an equalizer. Forbes. Lopez gets there in front of Forbes. But his pass behind Arivo. Dequa. Griffin. Siadou got a boot in. And Siadou able to turn and split defenders. He's got Agadello running with him. Agadello just a bit too far out front of Siadou. He's able to track it down before it gets over the end line. Great effort from Anderson Siadou. Agadello almost got it back to the feet of Bruno Lapa. Key intervention from Peters.
Legion have had a few moments where they've combined really nicely in tight spaces together, created opportunities. That one just maybe an inch or two off.
Griffin trying to get around Martinez. Foul's going to go against Martinez. And Pittsburgh is going to make their second double change of the night. First up, Luis Argudo coming on. Alex Dixon making way. And Mark Ibarra coming on as well. Shane Wheat is the man making way for him.
This change is just fresh legs in both positions. Dixon has had a really good match, has been heavily involved, but 2 games in 5 days is a lot.
And so Martinez with a bit of space, running at the new substitute Ibarra. Still Martinez, and Lapa almost got there. That is a big time play from Griffin, tracking back in defensive midfield. Now Pittsburgh can move forward. Ibarra. Forbes. Out the other side for Mertz. Mertz cuts it in. Kavita heads it away from trouble. 4th Pittsburgh Riverhounds corner of the night coming.
Good service in. Fanuel Kavita just stretching to get anything on that ball and flick it out of bounds.
Ibarra, driven serve. Comes back out his direction. Bit more height on this cross, and Matt Van Oekel makes the stop against the header of Peters.
Peters did really well and got a lot on that. He was challenged firmly by Alex Cronali, but just simply beat him to the ball, headed it firmly down, but straight at Matt Van Oekel, who gladly holds on.
Van Oekel's made a couple of big stops here in this second half. Agadello finds Martinez. Martinez, his shot deflected. Lapa able to get it back. Taken off it in short order. 83rd minute here at Protective Stadium. Birmingham fans, head over to the Legion FC Twitter page at BHM Legion immediately following the final whistle to vote on who you thought earned man of the match honors tonight. At BHM Legion on Twitter to cast your votes following the final whistle. Lopez content to maintain possession, connecting with Lapa. Birmingham 66% of possession over the last quarter hour. Give it up here though. Williams back to the feet of Peters. Can Pittsburgh find that killer scoring opportunity? Mertz. Forbes. Griffin. Kudo under pressure back to the feet of Griffin. Everything resets for... Can they take advantage here down the closing stages of the night? Rivera gets play restarted once again. Van Okel sends it into the crowd. Rivera. And before Rivera can make that pass, free kick given. Anderson Asiadu is booked. Yellow card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm as Asiadu got a late stamp in on Danny Griffin. It's Asiadu who concedes the set piece here in the 85th minute. So big set piece opportunity for the Riverhounds. Forbes with options to pick out perhaps. Waiting on the edge of the penalty area. His delivery over the top of Peters and cleared away by Asiadu. And more time continuing to tick off that clock with a Birmingham Legion throw.
Legion need to be a little bit careful. They're protecting the lead. They're trying to let the clock tick, but you don't want to lose your energy. You don't want to lose your urgency. You've got to keep the ball moving quickly. Keep it out of the hands of these Riverhound players. We know that the Riverhounds have proven all season long that they can score goals, whether it's early in a game or late. If Legion get too lackadaisical, get too worried about the clock, they're going to lose the momentum that they built in this match.
Mertz. Weaving through traffic, Mertz finds the wide option as Ibarra bombs forward. Rivera. Forbes, first time serve. Arifo got there, so did Mertz. Arifo who sent it out of play. A throw for the Riverhounds. Rivera got the cross away. Van Okel makes the catch.
Service into the box. Another clean catch by Matt Van Okel.
Van Okel sends it as far as Juan Agudelo. Headed back to the waiting arms of Waite. Pittsburgh starts their attack once more. The Riverhounds so good with the lead. One of the best in the USL over the past year plus. Lovely ball over the top from Mertz. Finds Argudo, cuts it back, and Lopez ushers it to Matt Van Oekel. More time continuing to take away from the Hounds. And a second half that Birmingham Legion have taken command. Goal from Enzo Martinez in the 50th, followed up by a goal from Sadiq Balarbi in the 66th. Allow Birmingham Legion to turn this game on its head.
Legion made a couple of changes, in particular bringing Bruno Lapa into the center of midfield. They changed formation and that helped. Riverhounds have made 4 changes, but so far no impact from those changes.
Pittsburgh's been a great team on the road this year. 8 wins across 13 road matchups. Got tonight started fairly well. They're leaving it late to try to turn this into a road result. And Agudelo called for the foul as he clatters into the back of Ibarra.
He was trying to get out of the way. He didn't want to give up that foul, but he definitely bumped him from behind. Referee really no choice but to make this call.
Worked by Ibarra to win the free kick. Comes here in the 90th minute. Forbes takes it short. Ibarra serves to the back post. Dikwa, and just wide. Peters got a piece, but it's just wide of the frame.
Peters is claiming that it was deflected, and it might have been by Alex Cronali, but the referee didn't see it. Ball played diagonally behind everybody, nodded back across. Peters did flick it off of Alex Cronali, but it was so quick, the referee just couldn't see it through all the legs.
Stoppage time, 3 minutes, officially confirmed down below, brought to you by UAB Medicine. So 3 minutes for Pittsburgh to find an equalizer, 3 minutes for Birmingham to try to close out a 3-point performance and move ahead of the Riverhounds in the Eastern Conference table. And a yellow card is going to be shown to Jelani Peters for that challenge. That's his second yellow. Jelani Peters' night is done. And Pittsburgh Riverhounds are down to 10 men.
I think what you'll see when we get the replay is that he led with his arm, put it into the back of the head of Juan Agudelo, which is what drew the yellow card. And because it's its second, he's done for the night. But maybe even more importantly for the Riverhounds, he's done for the next game as well. That suspension that comes with the red card won't have much effect tonight, but it may have a big effect in their next match. Well, it's the turning, I guess, as he came into him. It looked to me like maybe it was a forearm, but I think it was more just the way he threw his body into the challenge. You can't say you're playing the ball when you've turned your back to the ball and come through the man.
So 2 second-half yellow cards assessed to Jelani Peters for 2 fouls on Juan Agudelo. Pittsburgh reduced to 10 men here for stoppage time. And the Riverhounds concede a corner, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. More time ticking away. What a turn of events tonight.
I cannot imagine that the Legion are going to serve this ball in. You've got Juan Agudelo. You're going to play his feet and let him just hold it in the corner. He can shield the ball from a freight train.
Agudelo wins it back. Dean, Arivo. Still Arivo. Lapa right back to that corner. And that is a Birmingham throw.
The game itself can be frustrating, but But when a team has the ball in the corner and they just keep playing it in the corner and you can't get out of there, it is so frustrating for the player that wants to find a way to get back into the attack. These Riverhound players, they're fighting hard and working hard.
And a free kick given to Legion FC. Mertz for that challenge on Agadello. And Pittsburgh just cannot find their way out of this corner. And we've played the minimum of 3 minutes of stoppage time.
Because of the card, there might be an added 30 seconds to that. But this ball has been in the corner for 3 minutes. It's not going to come out. As a coach and as a player, it's frustrating when you're on the losing end of this.
And that is full time. What a second half for Birmingham Legion FC, as they take all 3 points from the Riverhounds amidst some chaos here at the final whistle.
Legion players need to just walk away. They got what they wanted, the 3 points. Pittsburgh players need to walk away. They've got more big matches coming up. You don't want to pick up cards or get sent off for something silly here.
And the Protective Stadium crowd letting the Legion players know how they feel about that performance. The second half in particular. For the first time in more than a year, a team comes back to beat the Pittsburgh Riverhounds after trailing at halftime. And what a pivotal 3 points it is for Birmingham Legion FC. From down a point to the Riverhounds coming into the night to up 2 on the Hounds when the night comes to a close. Birmingham Legion FC get the job done here at home. A final score of 2-1 for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. What a performance. First half, the story was Pittsburgh. The second half, the story was Birmingham. We'll take a timeout, wrap up our coverage from Protective Stadium here in a moment.
It's true. Everyone gets a free new Samsung Galaxy S22 with a Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition.
Really? Even if my old phone looks like this? Dude, why?
How could you? It's okay, people. I've trained for this.
It's not complicated. Everyone gets a free new Samsung Galaxy S22 with the Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition.
No. In those that see the perfect wave.
Back here at Protective Stadium, Birmingham Legion fans, Birmingham Legion players celebrating a 3-point performance here at home. A huge 3 points in terms of the Eastern Conference playoff picture, as Birmingham Legion FC vault themselves over the top of the Pittsburgh Riverhounds into the 4 spots in the Eastern Conference table as the night comes to a close. All smiles from head coach Tom Sohn and company down below, as Legion FC used 2 second-half goals to come away with a 2-1 win over the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Our final match stats look like this. And Mike, after nary a shot on target in the first 45 for Birmingham Legion, 4 shots on target in the second half. Really, that opening 20 to 25 minutes of the second half was a massive, massive response from Legion FC.
Tommy Sohn made the right changes at halftime. Those changes made a huge impact. 7 shots, 4 on target in the second half, 2 goals, and a complete change in the way the game was played.
Pittsburgh had Birmingham's number really for the past 3 years, the better part of 4 previous matchups, 4 Pittsburgh wins. Birmingham finally pull one back against their black and gold counterparts as they take a 2-1 win away from tonight. 54 points now for Legion FC to 52 for Pittsburgh Riverhounds. And now Pittsburgh officially done playing all Eastern Conference opposition. They've got 4 consecutive games against the West to close out their regular season slate.
They've got some interesting matchups for sure. They get the next 2 at home and then 2 all the way across the country, going out to California to play. But this is a very good Riverhounds team. They certainly have the ability to pull back the 2 points that they gave up tonight.
No doubt about it. Orange County and San Antonio back-to-back home games for the Riverhounds. Certainly going to be big ones for Bob Lilly and his squad. Meanwhile, for Birmingham Legion FC, they get some rest as well before a showdown with the Tampa Bay Rowdies, who Birmingham is now tied with in the Eastern Conference table.
Again, just difficult matches. Everyone's going to be a challenge. The Rowdies, a very good side, but they haven't been in good form lately. Then you got to travel out to California for the Roots. San Antonio, who's been having a great season, and Indy 11, who really took it to this Legion side just a few days ago. So some difficult, but I'm sure exciting matchups coming for Birmingham Legion.
4 matches left for each of these 2 quality sides. And we got what might be a playoff preview tonight here at Protective Stadium. Birmingham Legion FC, though, after trailing 1-0 at the break, come away with all 3 points and a 2-1 victory against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. And we're glad you could join us for the ride tonight, whether you're watching on ESPN Plus or My 68. It was a fun one, as we expected it would be. And the final stages of this USL regular season got off to a flying start here on this Wednesday night. That'll do it for our coverage of the USL Championship tonight, live from Protective Stadium here in Birmingham, Alabama. For Mike Getman and our entire crew this evening, I'm Blake Gardner saying so long, and we'll talk to you next time for another edition of USL Championship Soccer here in Birmingham. Until then, have a great rest of your week, and we'll talk to you soon.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.